People were sending me this last night. Nick's attacking me again. And with he has no arguments. It's so bad faith. Nothing but ad hominems or straw mans or just like your typical Christian copes. Can't address any of like what I actually say at all. It's seriously pathetic.
Adam Green is de-radicalizing the right away from Christianity. Adam Green is de-radicalizing the right away from Christianity, and he is running away from debating at Ryuv and Matveyev on X.
No, more like I'm radicalizing you away from Christianity.
Get it right. To Christ. I would pay a lot to see a debate between them to keep the movement Christian. Thank you, Nick, for all your sacrifices.
Who super chats $300 into Nick saying they want to see two other people debate? Okay, Linda.
I don't know who the other guy
Anna Linda's like, somebody save me. Somebody prove him wrong.
is. But thank you for the big super chat. Why are you telling me? I would pay a lot of money for these two other people to debate. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I appreciate the big super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Well, you should tell them. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? I don't think Adam Green's de-radicalizing anybody. I think he's an idiot. And
oh, idiot. Well, I think you believe in Jewish fairy tales. So one name call. Idiot, but scared to debate. Such an idiot, but scared to debate. And while this was going on, I was busy owning your top groypers, and I've already debated some of your other groypers, and they lost, and we're still on the march.
I actually appreciate people like him because he takes idiots out of the fold. He's kind of like a filter.
So we're winning over the people that don't fall for the Jewish fairy tales anymore? That's what you like? The idiots. Oh, like you Christians, you're the smart ones. You're the ones that believe the Jews were chosen. You're the ones that believe in Noah's Ark and Adam and Eve. You're the ones that are promoting Catholicism when the bishops condemn you and call you not real Christians. He's afraid and deflecting. Yep.
He's like a charcoal packet. He's like removing an undesirable element from the air.
So we're winning people over and freeing them from the Jesus deception. Well, guess what? We're not losing any. I'm not losing my low IQ people that it may be in my audience to you. Nobody that understands and sees what I cover and gets it ever goes and becomes a Christian. We're only winning people over.
So, if you can listen to that numbskull, I mean, he hates
Numbskull. Okay, idiot, numbskull. Do you have any actual arguments?
Christians more than he has any problem with Jewish power at all.
He said this last time too. Hates Christians more than has a problem with Jewish power. I mean, you won't even condemn the Torah. Are we forgetting, Nick, that Christianity is an element of Jewish power? You worship the Jewish God? Look at all of our politicians. Look at all the Christian Zionists in the world. You don't see how that benefits Jewish power? Look at Israel and the support they get from all the Christians. It's Christians more than Jews. I expose Judaism and Jews and Jewish power way more than you ever have. Get real. You promote a Jewish theology. Christianity is an arm of Jewish power. And this is what they always try to do. You hate. You sound like the Jews. Oh, you hate. Yeah, I hate a Jewish lie that's been subversive. You are the problem. You are the codependents. You are enabling it. Listen to this again.
If you can listen to that numbskull, I mean, he hates Christians more than he has any problem with Jewish power at all.
You guys are enablers of Jewish power, and you are a Jewish religion. You worship a Jew. You believe that the Jews were ever chosen. Christianity is the key to Jewish power. Look at Christianity today. Are you kidding me? Who's fallen for this line of argument? Like you, Jewish power, you worship the God of the Jews and won't even condemn the Torah. You won't even expose the Torah. Who's done more to expose rabbis, by the way, Nick?
Everything is just a screed about Christians. Clearly, he hates his parents or something. Maybe his parents were Christian. I don't know.
Another bullshit thing. Oh, these are like the go-to things. You believe in a Marvel comic book character. Oh, you're a LARPing neo-pagan. You hate your parents. Reddit tier, fedora tipping. Like, none of these are arguments. Does this really work on anybody? Do you think this would work in a debate?
But he's just some like seething fedora tipper, some like seething millennial fedora tipping.
Fedora tipping. Does anybody think this is an argument? Can you address any of the things I say? Or are you just going to go, idiot, numbskull, fedora, Thor? Like, this is disappointing. I'm like embarrassed for Nick for this. The last time he addressed me, he says the earth is going to open up and he's going to burn in a fire in hell. Like, because I don't want to bow down to the Moshiach and I don't believe in Jewish fairy tales? That means I hate my parents? I don't hate my parents, by the way.
Pagan doofus. If you buy into that, if you buy into your Marvel superhero religion, I'm a pagan, Christian suck, but like, filtered, next.
So I've only said a million times I'm not a pagan. I don't believe in pagan gods. I'm non-religious. I'm agnostic. And their response is to hold up this straw man like, oh, you believe in Thor. No, I have a bit of respect and reverence for the mythologies of my ancestors. I don't think they're real. I don't think they're historical. But this is the problem is you revere and honor the mythical stories of the Jews. And you think that they're real. That's where the problem is here. So isn't this just disappointing and embarrassing, you guys? He's been running from a debate for years, since like 2017, by the way, on this. And this is the best he can come up with. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're the smart one. That's why I was right about Trump all along. And you were wrong. And you were shilling for Zion Don, the big Zionist plant. You made a post about this, Amalek? What did you say? Our arguments. The story of Jesus is a myth invented by ancient Hebrews. Well, I wouldn't call them Hebrews. I'd call them Jews because they were known as Jews for hundreds of years by that time. Judeans, Iudaeus, along with some non-Jewish influences. Jesus' story is about an ancient Jewish rabbi. Obviously, his name means Yahweh is salvation, Joshua, Yeshua. Almost all the first Christians were entirely ethnically Jewish. Christians believe in the Hebrew Bible and are worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, just like almost every Jew in all of history. Justification for Israel and general tolerance of Judaism is directly linked to Christians believing in Bible prophecies. Like, Nick agrees that the Jews were ever chosen by God, and then he claims that I'm not opposing Jewish power. And by the way, I've always said, like, I agree with Nick when he's talking about the Israel lobby or AIPAC or ADL and stuff. I think he's right about that stuff, and I agree with him. And I've been talking about all that same shit too, just as long as he has. Like, everything he says is a bad faith lie. He can't have any honor and integrity and actually argue about what I'm saying. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. It seems like there's some fear going on here. What else? Christian institutions have become explicitly philo-Semitic and anti-nationalist, universalist. Furthermore, they are replete. Okay, here we go. Christians are the shield. Oh, you're criticizing Christians and not Jews. Like, who are the shield? Who are their golem? Who are their foot soldiers? Jewish power, the key to Jewish power has been Christianity. Spreading the Torah around the world, conquering paganism, which was the whole goal. Look at our government. Look at our politicians, all of them. Curse them and you're cursed. Bless them and you're blessed. Praying to the wall. They're God's chosen people. They live in the Holy Land. Judeo-Christian values. And he's like, why is he talking about Christians? You're sweeping for the Christian problem. Why are you trying to pretend like it's not obvious that Christianity has been the weapon they've utilized for their power? If we take up the pro-white or counter-Semitic cause dressed up in the cross, we're destined to fail. Judaism has developed diverse strategies for dealing with that problem, as evidenced by the last 1,700 years. Christianity attracts many stupid freaks who dress themselves up in the cross in order to justify their atrocious behavior. We all know this type of person. They don't actually hate Christ as King slogan. It affords them the opportunity to kvetch, which is their favorite thing after all. It's gay. Nick's arguments. You hate your parents. You worship Marvel characters. You're dumb. You hate us. Fedora. Yeah, won't touch any of the actual arguments. Tries to squirm and weasel his way out. Acting like a little beta bitch. So, not looking good, guys. Not looking too strong. Are we? All right. This was just the other day, too. Apparently, people keep super chatting in. This was the other day.
Social Observer sent $10.
Are you paying attention? We already did debate. Guy's an idiot.
We did not do a debate, Nick. I confronted you on a space and got to talk for like 2 minutes. And then the female Muslim host took my mic away and muted me and said, we're not talking about religion here. That's not a debate. And in the short couple minutes, you lied about like 5 different things. You denied Jesus being Jewish. Everybody knows he's Jewish. You've admitted he's Jewish. You denied that Dennis Prager and Ben Shapiro promote Christianity and encourage people to go to church. We've got all the clips, and we've posted them a million times. You're lying. he goes, oh, if Christianity's a hoax, then how come he's censored? Well, people that are anti-Christian get censored too. Got nothing. All right, here we go. This was a couple years ago, him talking shit. And listen to this. It's even worse. It's like, oh, you're going to go to hell. Great. Strong argument. I'm convinced.
Time. So, but of course, none of the critics are even going to entertain that. They're just go, oh, well, you say you're this, but you support it. Like that Adam Green, who's a fucking Jew himself and a Fed.
Yeah, he won't.
Total liar. Fuentes, by the way, which many have looked up, can be a Sephardic Jewish name. All they can do is lie. All they do is literally the only response is name calling, Jew jacketing, and Fed jacketing. And then he has all of his little Groiper, incel, anon everywhere on the internet calling me Jewish. They don't care that I've shown my DNA results and I'm 100% Northwestern European and 0% Jewish. They don't care that I posted videos of me as a kid singing Jesus Loves Me. They don't care that Green is a Anglo, English, Irish, Scottish name and that 95% of all Greens are European and not Jewish. No, because I don't bow down to the small hat Pope and worship the King of the Jews. He calls me Jewish. See how disgraceful this is?
Time. So, but of course, none of the critics are even going to entertain that. They're just go, oh, well, you say you're this, but you support it. Like that.
Yeah, and what is he talking about right there? You say you're anti-Zionist, but you're a huge cheerleader for Trump, who's obviously a Zionist. That's what he's talking about. I criticized him for shilling Trump because he was a Zionist. And I'm like, you say you're anti-Zionist, but you're endorsing Laura Loomer, which now he says she's the worst and she's a traitor and all this shit. So I was right about that, obviously. And Donald Trump, well, now you regret that you ever supported Trump. So I'm vindicated and all my criticisms were valid. But somehow, no humility here.
Adam Green, who's a fucking Jew himself and a Fed.
Yeah, he won't call me out, though. He'll go for Adam Green. He won't call this guy.
Yeah, literally everybody thinks he's a Fed, by the way. I don't know that he is, but there's a lot of good reasons to think he could be.
Out, though.
He's going to say, oh, Dick's still...
And actually, there was a super chat the other day where somebody...
I've done more for this issue than you in your whole life, and you're going to hell, bitch. And the fucking ground is going to open up beneath you when you...
More for this issue, you've been the boogeyman. You've been using the Christian talking points. You've been running the plays that Jews gave to you. And your main issue is blaming Jews for killing God. That helps Jews, you idiot. That doesn't work, you moron. Your church condemns you for that and comes to the aid of the Jews and disavows you as an antichrist, anti-Semitic heretic. Come on.
Your whole life, and you're going to hell, bitch. And the fucking...
You're going to hell, bitch.
It's going to open up beneath you when you die.
He's done more.
The ground's going to open up and eat. You've done more to stop Zionism, but you mean by like shilling for Trump for 8 years? By smearing and attacking anybody that doesn't support your multicultural, open borders, philo-Semitic Catholic Church? No, this one wasn't recently. Last night he attacked me on his show. And then this was from a few years ago.
For this issue.
And by the way, talking all this shit and running your mouth while you got me blocked and you're scared to have an actual conversation. I'm not sensing a lot of confidence here from Nick. Oh, if I'm so dumb and I'm so wrong, then you should be able to debate me and destroy me and crush the pagans for good, right? How comes that's not happening? We know why.
And you're going to burn in hell forever along with all your fake gods.
Burn in hell forever with your fake gods. Your fake demon gods. Who told you that the gods are demons? Oh, the Jews? You're going to burn in hell with your fake gods. Oh, strong argument, bro.
So all my critics, and it just reflects the fact that they're not good faith. They're not legitimate.
Projection much? Not good faith. Not good faith. Okay. Projection?
They will just use their tongue to say anything. They'll whore their mouth out to say anything to bring...
You mean like how you just lied and called me a Jewish Fed? Like that? Like that type of a cope in a lie?
Me down. Lie, cheat, disingenuous, it doesn't matter. First time?
Pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. Look at this. He's sitting here. How do you not get this? Get this through your little incel skull, Nick. Through your little poofy, receding hairline covering, whatever you call this, haircut. He goes, we can't have any Jewish influence, but then he believes in the Jewish Bible. And just like the rabbis wants the whole world, all the goyim, to bow down to the Messiah of Judah.
We believe, and it just goes to demonstrate there can be only one alternative. There's only one movement.
The only way that you can oppose the Jews is to agree that they were chosen, worship the God of Israel in Zion, and hate them for rejecting the Messiah that was meant to conquer the world. That's the only way. That's the only way to oppose them. This is controlled opposition. This is theological controlled opposition.
And that is an American nationalist movement that is completely divorced from any kind of Jewish influence, any Israeli influence. There can be none.
As Christians, we believe that the Jews were chosen as the vessel for the first covenant, which is the Ten Commandments and the law. As Christians, we believe that the Jews were chosen as the vessel for the...
Yeah, how about the Jews were never chosen? How about granting and affirming the Jews that they were ever chosen is bullshit and giving them their whole delusion. Forget about it.
First covenant, which is the Ten Commandments and the law. As Christians, we believe that the Jews were chosen as Christians.
And he says that their covenant is still valid. And that he says in Catholicism, they believe that the Jews have to stick around until the end times. They have to exist in the end times so they can convert to believe in Jesus. I'm probably going to be debating some other groiper that knows way more about religion than Nick does anyway. He's not even qualified to even. He'd get mogged so hard it wouldn't even be funny. And that's why he won't do it. Let's get real. He's known who I am for years. He's ran his mouth for years. I've almost got 90,000 subscribers. I had over 100,000 YouTube followers years ago when he had 100 people watching his show. What's this one?
On the nightstand, son, we need to have a talk. They're just not ready for what they're going to get. They're going to get 2,000 years of blood libel and religious anti-Semitism. They're going to get 2,000.
The blood libel and the religious anti-Semitism plays into the hands of the Jews. Can you address that argument? You know, the whole Christian world knows the story about the Jews. They believe that the Jews, blaming the Jews for killing Jesus when it's God's plan to send his son to earth to die. It's like, in the Christian view, the Jews killing Jesus was the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world. And they wouldn't be saved without it. And God's plans wouldn't have unfolded if that didn't happen. And it didn't happen. It's all stupid fucking Jewish myths.
Always has been. From the very, 2005?
On the basis for our criticisms of Israel. I'm not somebody who is denouncing Israel because they don't accept Christ as king and that kind of thing. But whatever the
of Jew hatred.
My criticism of Jews comes from a religious place. As a Catholic, we recognize that the Pharisees put Jesus on the cross. And
so your whole issue is the Jews killed Jesus, but they had to do it and you wouldn't be saved without it. And even according to your story, Paul says they're hated according to the gospel, but loved on account of the patriarchs, meaning you affirm their chosen status. And it's God's plan. Paul says they had to be blinded and stumble and hardened and reject the Messiah, but in the end they will see. And Christians are just around to make them envious. So they have to believe. Or so they will believe. This type of magical thinking, putting your faith in the best case scenario, the Antichrist rules, there's a mark of the beast, Israel has their wars, and then Jesus returns. That's your best case scenario. That's the best you could hope for. That's what has to happen. And then believing that Jesus is the only way. The only way to save us from the Jews is to put our faith in the Jewish Messiah and the King of the Jews and trusting the Jewish plan